Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's stream as we are gonna be streaming Spirit Scrims tonight. First time here. Appreciate them letting me be able to stream here. We have a packed lobby as well. Hopefully everybody shows up. Hopefully, so it can be the packed lobby it is. With that being said, we have teams like EXO Elites, Broken Spirits, Rain Esports, Wolves Esports, Ice Invasion, Red Storm, Alpha 4 Legends, Silents Esports, SW Esports, Mezexis Esports Na, Rival 6, Sentinels, DeathMachine, FOUR Kings Esports, Immortals, Inhuman Esports, Team Fate, Rogue Gunners Esports, Infinity Gaming, and Oxygen. That is the list for tonight. And with that being said, best of luck to everybody tonight playing, and can't wait to see all the action as well. So yeah, best of luck to everybody, and I will be doing my best as possible to cover all the fights I can. And yeah, hope you guys do enjoy the stream. Appreciate Spirit for again letting me stream. I have barely just came back to casting, so yeah, let's see how this does go. And with that being said, this game should be getting underway here pretty soon as the rest of the players are joining. But that being said, I think we might have everybody in the room. Not sure who we are missing at the moment. Is everybody in the room? Yeah. Majority of the teams are in. So let's see how this goes. 1, 2 players missing for a couple teams. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this does go. I think we should be starting here soon. Not sure. Alrighty. We should be starting here now. Let's see how this goes, as we're going to be getting the first game now, as it is going to be Erangel, first of the night, the first one of tonight, since there is two. So yeah, let's see how this does go for these teams and who is going to be looking to take the first game to set the tone for tonight and just take first place overall tonight. Alrighty here. Let's take a look at everybody. Holy. I probably should stay on them, so we're gonna stay on EXO for first game. So they are gonna be jumping us here for first game until see. Let's get to the plane. The plane is going to start on the southwest side of the military base island there, going to the east side, ending at La Polka there. As you can see, shall see how we should see how this goes for these teams and players and see what they are going to be looking to do. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Ghosty, AZB, Sasan, welcome, guys, welcome to the stream. Appreciate y'all guys coming by. Let's see what we have here. Zone Ari popping up here, looking in favor of this west side. So far, no fights just yet, but by the looks of it, we might have a couple teams looking to land on top of one another here, as we have the likes of Wolves Esports, as well as FOUR Legends here. FOUR Legends already having guns, looking to take some shots here. Negus taking some shots onto Baton. Coops inside the two-stack with the M4 and UMP. Baton gonna get knocked there by Viet there, but he has a couple players in his building here, as well as his own teammates. He has guns. He's gonna look to drop the UMP for the pump here, as Tifus is outside his building, looking to push up onto his teammate. Baton and Cyclone's gonna be eliminated now, just down to Wancho and Coops. Wancho with the pump in hand right now, looking, just waiting on for these players to push in. Stick bomb going off. Coops is gonna avoid that. DBS in hand of Viet there. The squad of FOUR Legends. What are they gonna do here? Taking shots. Coops is gonna get a knock on one. Can he get another one? He gets a second there. Gets a thirst there, as well as they're going for the knife. Coops gonna be getting out, but only getting one elimination. FOUR Legends getting 4 there. But we have the likes of Team Fate here looking to join in on this, looking to get a third party here, as we have Rain Esports as well as Real Gunner Esports getting into a fight with one another here. Real Gunner Esports already up to 2 eliminations. Rain losing 2 players already, just down to Mercy and Freedom here, as they are looking to pick up eliminations. As Silents Esports here taking the fight against Mercy. Gonna get a knock there onto Sexlix Imperator, looking to cook up a nade here to throw on to Mercy. Mercy gonna get taken down to 1 HP there. Imperator with 21 bullets in his gun right now. We shall see how this is going to continue to play out here, as he is going to get the res off onto his teammate, as Mercy looking to move around. Silence Esports here looking for this fight, as they're trying to get healed up as well. Freedom trying to stay alive right now, as his teammate is taking a fight with Real Gunners Esports. Sexlix getting knocked there once again. Imperator getting the res off. That's gonna be Mercy getting the 1v2 over here. 1v3 by the looks of it on the Silence Esports. As now, let's head back over here towards Team Fate, looking to third join in here to take this fight against FOUR Legends, as they are just a trio now. Drake over here with the M4, 22 bullets left in his M4 here, trying to find an open and knock here. Not being able to just yet. Viet getting taken down to 1 HP. Vampire looking to move on in here as well. We do have the likes of Void. Are they aware that there's more players in the 2-stack? They are now aware, as Toku gets knocked there. Bot getting tagged up there. Void avoiding the shots from the likes of Viet. But Drake looking to push up here as well with that S12K, as Jabra looking to push on up as well. That's going to be Alpha 4 Legends eliminated there now, as Team Fate taking them out. Going to head back over here towards Pachinki. Rain Esports, the duo, regrouping with one another. As you can see, as Real Gunner Esports allowing them to regroup instead of taking the fights. 2 eliminations to their name. Maybe we shall see if the 2v4 will happen, or if Rain is just going to get taken out, as we have another fight going on over here with Rival 6 and Exo Elite. Geo's going to get knocked onto Cat. Empty getting a knock there as well. That's going to be 3 knocks onto Exo right now. Sparrow, Baby Koi, and Cat all being knocked. Tiger looking to go for the res here. Empty looking to cook up an 8 here. He has 8 in the bag. Looking to throw this in onto Tiger to get the confirmation. As Tiger getting tagged up there, but Tiger with the S12. Gonna get the knock there. And confirmation. Shuyong looking to push up. Og in hand. DBS as well on his back. Gonna be looking to cook up a nade here. Baby Koi gonna be looking to push on back there. Nade's gonna go on out. Not gonna be tagging up anybody there just yet, as they're looking to move around. Baby Koi in the back there. Nade going on out. Wolf getting knocked there by Mercy. Tiger getting tagged up by the DBS from Shuyong. Shuyong's gonna look to wrap around to the right side. Reloading the DBS just a bit. Might be looking to make a push up here onto Tiger. Tiger holding that wall there. Baby Koi gonna get knocked by Geo's nade. As Tiger with the S12. That's gonna be Exo eliminated. Going out, taking one of Rival 6. As do believe Rain going on out as well after getting 2 knocks on to Real Gunners Esports. But going on out with 3 eliminations. Zone does pop here. Looking to get center up just a bit right now. So we shall see how this goes. Now, Real Gunners Esports going to be looking to loot up here, since they have Pachinki to themselves, but SW Esports looking to get into a fight on up here with the likes of Immortals here. Immortals losing Jota, but the rest are going to be looking to get out of there. SW Esports, the trio, looking on, taking some shots there. They are looking to continue on. Maybe pick up another elimination zone here. As you can tell, everybody looking to try to make their way in. Inhumans here, taking a fight on in here with the likes of DeathMachine. Gonna put it out there. Lost Boy, DeathMachine, right. Bander's gonna get a 3rd knock there onto DeathMachine. DeathMachine's just down to 1 as they're trying to get that res there. As Bander allowing them to get the res off. Sticky Bomb going on out there towards them to try and do some damage there. Don't know if it's gonna do any damage though. A-shit. Trying to... That's gonna be Jesus getting knocked there. That's gonna be a 1v4 from Bander. Bander gonna get the 1v4 there onto the likes of DeathMachines. We have another team looking to move on in here to Pachinki. Are we gonna have a 4v4 between Ice Invasion and the likes of Real Gunners Esports? Real Gunners Esports hot off a fight already here. Ice Invasion might be looking to take a fight. but we shall wait and see here. Are they aware that there's a team here? Tequila with the pump and M4. Gonna be looking to just stay together for now instead of pushing out by themselves right now. Making sure they clear this one side they are on. As we do have another fight going on. Sentinels versus Team Fate. Team Fate gonna lose Void there. Sentinels might just be looking to continue on here. 32 Nosh. Stopping out in the open, but Low gonna be using the DBS, getting the knock there onto Vampire. Sadara pushing up onto Chopra. Chopra down to 1 HP. Chopra getting pushed out, but that Molly gonna hit him. As Sadara looks for the thirst immediately there, as it is now just down to Drake here. Drake with the M4 6X just looking around. Are they gonna spot him out here? 32 Nosh might have just did. By the hovercraft, they're gonna start taking some shots towards that hovercraft as they blow it up. Flow looking to move around for the higher ground here, as Railgunners Esports and Entity looking to get into a fight as well. Drake at the hovercraft. Soderite looking to drive back there. As that's going to be Jit getting that eliminations, as that's going to be Alpha for Legends eliminated there. So let's head on over here towards Railgunners Esports and Entity losing another player. That's going to be the likes of Immortal getting that elimination after losing another player as well. Entity now just down to a duo. Bang, Basada, one of the last two players with Psycho as well. Psycho gonna get knocked there. That might just be the opening for Railgunners Esports to make a full send to them. Shoyoung does get eliminated there by Sentinels. Mine gets knocked there as well. Flo gonna be knocked in return there by Geo. Geo, last player up here for now. Sentinels are gonna be looking to push on Solder, backing Geo up as Geo lighting up Solder, but not gonna be doing enough. As they're going to be looking for the res onto their teammate. Railgunners Esports finally making the push up onto the likes of Entity here. Entity, believe the last player may not be here anymore. Might have just dipped. He did dip after a while. As now they are possibly going to be looking to make a crash onto Immortals here. As they are doing so, Wolf instantly going to get knocked there by Joy Boy. Nahan pulling out his DBS, running right into Immortals player there. Nahan up here by himself with the DBS. He needs to watch his right side there. Having to move back and forth. Railgunners Esports. But we have Mezexis looking to join in on this fight. Mezexis looking to make a crash in here with another team looking to take some shots. As Knee bounces off there, but Shorty hitting that one. Now they're looking to throw on another nade, eliminating Immortals, taking them up to 3 eliminations there. As now everybody's looking to group in the central side. Vander gonna be eliminated there now. Going on out from FOUR Kings REGEN Esports here. Eliminating them after his 1v4. He did pick up those 4 eliminations though. So gonna have some points on the table. Now I'm just gonna have to try to pick up some more later on. As you can see, everybody's starting to make their way in. 10 teams alive. Quite a few of them are central in this Gatka area. Ice Invasion making their way into the main Gatka compound with the likes of Mezexis. 2 players of Mezexis here on the outskirt compound as they are looking to hold a 2-2 split right now. Leader and QX here, while Shorty and Triggs look to hold the other compound. Nice invasion. Gonna be aware of them now after the shots coming out if they weren't more aware. Shall see what they look to do here. Are they gonna be looking to take the fights? As other teams are now looking to make their way in. Railgunners Esports, Never Sides, setting in the shed. Don't think SW is aware of them being in the shed. They're looking towards Mezexis right now. Shall be careful, Never Sides in that shed there on the right of Luxury. As Leader does get a knock there on Moomin. Now just down to Path and Luxury. Mezexis might just be looking to make a crash. Leader's gonna be looking to go out for that third. As Moomin's gonna be looking to be revived. The Path looking to push on up for the res. Nades being cooked here. Path being unaware that the nade's been pulled. Path's gonna get knocked there by Leader. Now just down to the likes of Luxury. Leader with the P90 in hand. Gonna be looking to take the 1v1 with Luxury tagging him up there. Is he gonna get the 1v3 on SW? Mollies himself there as he does pull off the 1v3 after running into the molly. There's another team not too far away. FOUR Kings Rain Esports here, looking to possibly force a fight against Mezexis here. Mezexis now aware of them. Ranchu here with the 6x. Not being able to spot them, but things here. Gonna get spotted, getting tagged up after taking some shots himself, but Mezexis looking to just get out of there. They are gonna spot the glider in the air, as that's gonna be Hater for the likes of Oxygen here. Hater gonna be going into the ground, stopping at the compound on the outskirts of Gotka there, but Mezexis here getting a knock there onto Ranchu. Are they going to be looking to make that? Ranchu being knocked out off angle. But are they going to look for the crash? As Ice Invasions take some shots here. Sentinels getting a knock there as well. Here of Broken Spirits. Broken Spirits getting pushed up on by Sentinels. Jit a little tagged up here. Reaper still not gonna get thirsted there by a nade. Now just down to one more player. Molly on the stairs. Nades going on out there from Jit. Jit not gonna get anything there as they look to throw another nade. As Walls does get taken out there. So now we're going to head back on over here towards Mezexis, up to 7 eliminations now. As Ice Evasion continue to take some shots over here. Do still have things over here right next to Neverside. Neverside still yet to make a move. Team has 6 eliminations. Just trying to survive for the placement point. Vodka Fury gonna get knocked there. As now Sentinels gonna be looking to chase down the rest here, possibly, if they are aware where they went. 10 eliminations now. Most so far. As Mezexis have 7. Zone gonna pop on up. Gotska, the main compound still in zone. Ice Invasion, what are they gonna do here? As teams might be looking to make a crash here soon. Hater probably just going to set on the outskirts here for now. Hater on the roof, aware of Ice Invasion in that compound. Shall wait and see what these teams look to do. Neverside setting in the bed. Gonna take some shots there on to Black. Thank you much. As now Mezexis gonna look to possibly crash here. Triggs gonna lose a tire there on his car. It's gonna be the back tire, but now Mezexis is gonna look for that crash there onto Neverside. Leader looking to cook up a nade already here as QX looking to join on in here with them. Nade going off, not gonna tag him, but Neverside gonna get taken out there by Things. Things in the divot here, looking to cook up a nade himself to throw on to Mezexis. As Mezexis, are they aware of him now? They should be aware. They should be aware he's in the tunnel here. Sentinels possibly going to be looking to third party this fight as well, as they are farther off in the divot here. 32 Nosh moving up here as Mezexis looking to push up here, hanging, almost getting out there, but that's going to be QX getting knocked there by Sentinels. Sentinels doing some work here against Mezexis now. Mezexis almost losing two. Triggs barely staying alive. Shorty's going to get knocked there. 32 Nosh. Now looking to make a push up here onto Sentinels. Gonna look to start smoking stuff out here to block some views. They have 8 needs. They're now going to start looking to throw them on in here onto Mezexis, as they are going to be looking to hold them off here. Sentinels taking some shots there. Yogi for ice evasion, picking up a knock there onto a player, as well as confirmed. Sentinels trying to pick up these elims onto Mezexis. Mezexis taking a knock there. Sadara gonna pick up one onto Triggs there. As Shorty and QX moving out. QX moving out in the open. 32 Nosh not being able to get that knock, but the zone is. He's gonna look for the thirst immediately there. Shorty's gonna get knocked, as well as that's gonna be the likes of Mezexis eliminated. As Zone gonna move on out, but Ice Invasion is looking right behind them at Red Storm. Red Storm's gonna be looking to move out. Yogi gonna pick up a knock onto Fable there. Now down to Russians. Yogi moving on out without any cover. Don't need it. Leader's still alive from his exes. Thought they all went out. Leader gonna be now going out there. 2 Sentinels. Red Storm's looking to try to get that reset. Yogi looking to cook up a nade here. Is aware of Russian moving on out for that res nade, not connecting there. Luxury gonna get the final elimination onto that final player in the zone. Everybody needed to make their way out to the zone. Red Storm here trying to make their way into the zone. Yogi has something to say about it. Looking to throw another nade right on top of them. And that one's gonna be a nuke there. Getting the double nade. Now just down to Black Swordsman. Luxury gonna get knocked there by Hater, but Ice Evasion should be able to get that knock revived. As they're gonna be looking towards Hater. Buzzball gonna go for that res. Yogi and Tequila gonna be looking to make their way into the zone. Needing to be a little careful here. Jit and Slaughter all the way over here. Black Swordsman gonna get that knock onto Yogi. Jit's gonna be looking for that thirst. That's 32 Nosh gets that one, but Black Swordsman's gonna get taken out by Tequila there. 5 eliminations on for them. Sentinels looking to make this game theirs here, as they are up to 14. Tequila gonna get knocked there. Down to Buzzball. Being the last one, Sauter are gonna look to make the push around. Not looking for the C-swap. Hater gonna be looking for that Elim. Now it's just down to Hater and Sentinels. Hater gonna get C-swap there by the likes of Sadara. That's gonna be a hefty amount of eliminations. With 16 elims and oxygen. Ice Invasion going out in third there with 5 eliminations. Red Storm going out in fourth there with 0. NTP going out in fifth with 0. Mezexis going out in sixth with 8. FOUR Kings REGEN Esports going out in seventh with 2. Runners Esports going on out in eighth there with 7 eliminations. Of the results here. Stars of the match as we do. First team eliminated is going to be Wolves Esports. The Wolves Esports not going on out. At least picking up 1 elimination off the early round. Leader going all out with 5 eliminations, not him with best pain in the Sadara. That's going to be game number 1 done. We are we're gonna go into game number 2. So like that. Alrighty, guys, we are here for game number 2, as we are going to be heading into the likes of Miramar. Game number 1 going to the likes of Sentinels with 16 elims. Not bad of a start, but we shall see how game number 2 here goes for these teams, and we shall see who's going to be looking to take game number 2 for themselves and who is wanting that top spot. We have some teams not off to a good start, but we shall see. But that being said, we shall see how game number 2 here is going to go and who is looking to take this win for themselves, as Miramar is going to be a little different than Erangel and Sanok, but something could always change on how the zone plays out with the terrain of Miramar and everything like that. Don't know if there was any more extra time added, but we shall wait and see. We shall see here, as now players are joining on in here. Let's see how this goes. We are missing a couple teams. I do see Crow in here for Wolves, so they're gonna need a couple more players. I think we are missing. Who is Team 8 again? Team 8 is Red Storm. I think that's it. Team 21, Entity Gaming. 2 teams we are missing. Well, 3 teams we are missing. Let's see how this goes, as we are in on to Miramar. Let's head on over to Sentinels, as they were our game 1 winners. So let's see how this is gonna go here. Let's take a look here, as the playing path is going to start down south a little bit away from Barthona, going all the way up towards Ruins there. We shall see on how this is going to go here. Let's see how these teams are going to look to play this out, as players are looking to jump on out. We might have an early fight here as well in Bartona, as we have 2 teams by the looks of it going there. I do believe that is Inhuman Esports there with Sentinels. Sentinels off with a good game, so we should see how this goes for them. As Jit landing at a rock instead of a building, and as well as Bander off a hot 1v4. 32-ish with the M16 as well as an Uzi. So let's see how this is going to go for him. Giving out some comms for his teammate. Going to walk right into it and for there for himself. As now he's possibly going to be like, hey, let's take the 1v1s here with the player right in front of him. So we shall see how this is going to go. Who is going to win this drop? Inhumans or Sentinels. Sentinels going to be looking to try to cover Nosh here. Nosh getting pushed up on here by 2 players from Inhumans. Nosh looking to move around to draw out Inhumans. Jit in the gas station here. Jit's going to try to have to give some cover for his teammate. Gonna spot Nova there. Nova going to get knocked. Nosh getting tagged up here looking for the 1v1. But going to get knocked in return. Bro is pro low on HP. Flo need to be a little careful there. Jit looking to push up on Bro is pro with the pump. Low on HP. Gonna get knocked there immediately. Sadara gonna get knocked in return as well. Flo low there. 32. Nosh gonna be looking to get revived. Sadara's gonna have to stay behind cover for now. As well as Flo, Panda, and Pixel looking to make a push up here. Just down to Nosh and 32. Flo gonna get thirsty there. Nosh gonna get re-knocked there. As it's just down to Jit in a 1v2 situation. With the pump there. Gonna get knocked. As Pixel pushing on up. But that's gonna be a 1v3 from Jit. Clutching up for his team there. As now. Now they're going to be looking to continuing on after that drop. We're going to head on over here towards the likes of Rain here with Alpha for Legends. Freedom's going to be knocked right now. Walk him down. 1 elimination already here. As Alpha for Legends, 4-man up. Don't know exactly where they got the 1 elimination from. But we shall see how this goes. Tofu's by that wall. Smoke's being out. Nothing going on here. Gonna head on over here towards FOUR Kings Rain Esports. Taking the fight with the likes of Broken Spirits. Teddy with the M249. Double knock there onto FOUR Kings Rain Esports. Now just down to Lulz and Teddy here. But Ranchu and Vakta last 2 as well. Lulz low on HP. Need to heal up. God Kid might not get rest here. Think being revived by Ranchu here. Lulz healing up right now. Gonna look to move out. Looking for the 1. Look for the res here, but gonna get knocked there. That tree is not giving you cover whatsoever. As Teddy throwing out the M249 in hand, but instantly gets obliterated there. FOUR Kings Rain Esports eliminating the likes of Broken Spirits. Head on back over here towards Alpha for Legends and Rainier. Just a stalemate still. So we're going to head on up north here towards SW Esports and Ice Invasion. Ice Invasion losing Buzzball. Luxury going to get knocked there. Tequila trying to spot him out. It was Yo-Yo here getting that open and knocked there onto SW Esports. Yogi with the M43X. Shall see what happens here. Luxury's going to be looking to possibly make a push up here. So they're getting shot at. Luxury crashing into the barrels here. Looking to possibly just go for another angle here actually. As Moomin possibly going to be looking for the rest onto their teammate right now. Path moving out. Luxury not looking to maybe get an angle, but going to stay lower on the ground instead of going on in to possibly get on the concrete building, letting these players move on out. But Monk going to go back to the arena here. the little bowl arena as Lumen and Path possibly gonna all look to start pushing on up. Rain taking the fight with Alpha for Legends. Tofu's knocked. Freedom gonna get knocked, and Thirsty there. Walk him down. Close by here. Tofu's most likely not gonna get res. Mercy moving on back towards his team. Shall see on what happens here. Walk him down. Gonna hear the steps from these players' bot as Bama Boys does get a knock there onto a player. Viet looking for another angle, but bot gonna get knocked there as well. Now it's just down to one player. That's Negust here with the double knock there with the nade onto Mercy and walk him down, but he's gonna look for the reses here. So we shall see on what happens here. So they're gonna be looking shall see how this goes here. As Nikus looks for the thirst there. Let's see how this is gonna go. Nikus gonna get knocked there by Bama Boys on top of the tank here. Bot last one alive for gold. Man, Alpha for Legends is Bama Boys gonna be able to get the 3-piece here. Or actually might be a 4-piece. I'm not really sure. Mercy gonna bleed out there. Bama Boys in a 1v1. Not trying to stay alive. R6 taking a fight here. Where are they taking a fight? Not sure why. Being spotted there. Bama Boys. He's gonna be able to connect here. He has 15 bullets in the M7. But he has a UMP here. It's gonna be using it. Shall wait and see. Head on over here towards Rival 6. 2 eliminations already. Shoyung and Geo as well as Empty and 505 here. Full squad. Go back over here towards Bama Boys for now. That's only action going on here for the moment. As he's gonna jump on off bot, allowing him to do so. Possibly gonna start moving on up. Don't think he's aware that Bama Boys pushed on down. Bama Boys moving on out in the open. Might be looking to take that truck, but is he aware that Bama Boys is moving around here? That's now DeathMachine's getting pushed up on here by the likes of R6. As that's going to be Geo getting knocked as well as 505 being knocked. He should trying to get knocked there. Divine, Empty, and Shoyoung last 2 alive. As the gonna get spotted there by Empty. Empty low on HP. Gonna get that knock there though. As Raj gonna get revived. Lost Boy as well. Where is Shoyoung here? Shoyoung getting the res here onto Geo. As Lost Boy's gonna go for the res onto Ishet. But Shoyoung looking to make a push up here. And he needs to be a little careful here. As cover fire coming on out from Lost Boy. Rival 6 looking for this squad wipe. Ashuan's going to go for the res onto their teammate. Lost Boy going to go for the res on theirs. Divine making a push up here onto Lost Boy and Isha here. Lost Boy hopping in. Murado going to get knocked there. Now just on Isha. But Divine turning there onto Isha there. As that's going to be the likes of DeathMachine's eliminated. 6 eliminations here towards Rival 6. Silents Esports here now looking to take a fight. Vampire going to get knocked. Chopper going to be eliminated already. Sexlick's getting that knocked on to Vampire. As now it is just down to Drake for Team Fate. solo. Nades coming on out here. Imperator trying to get up on the rock here, looking to cook up a nade. They're aware of him being on the other side of this rock. Nade's gonna go on out, not gonna do much damage. Gonna probably jump down with a DBS. As that's gonna be Imperator eliminating Drake there. 2 eliminations for Silents Esports. R6 might be looking to possibly move on over there if they are aware of them possibly being down. Damn, my boys. Looks like going to be eliminated already. Don't know who took him out, but he was eliminated. Gonna head on over here towards Rival 6. Rival 6 looking to make a move out here right now. Are they going to be looking to play towards the likes of Silents Esports? Not really sure, but we shall wait and see for now. As these teams are going to be looking to possibly make a rotation in if they have to here soon, as zone is about to pop on up here. Travel 6 moving into San Martin here. They are a little bit split up. Center of zone though. Zone's about to pop here. San Martin, center of zone. Rival 6 making a pretty smart move, moving on up ahead. But Empty looking to set on back here towards that. He's tagging him up. Needs to be a little careful here. Imperator trying to push up on him here. But Empty going to be giving those cons out for his team to possibly come and help him here as they are looking to do so. Imperator trying to move on up onto Empty. Throwing some nades out. Empty needs to be a little careful there. Empty gets tagged up. Shoyoung going for a more of an off angle here. Silents Esports trying to move on up here onto Divine. Imperator gonna lose a tire there on his buggy. Shoyoung gonna get the pick up onto his teammate, looking to move on out. They might look for an off angle here, but we shall wait and see. They are gonna be looking to move around, but they're gonna have to be careful of Immortals. Immortals coming from the bottom there. Joy Boy and Pookie might spot out Shoyoung and Divine there. Divine getting tagged on up there. Divine gonna look to set behind the car. Mezexis looking to get into a fight. M4 3X tagging him up just a little bit, but the smoke getting in the way. Immortals taking some shots there onto Divine and Shoyoung. Now they're aware that they are there. Rival 6 is going to have to move here with their coupe that they have. But we shall wait and see how it goes. They're going to look to reverse on back. Not losing any tires by the looks of it. As they look to continue to take some shots towards Sex Flicks and the rest of Silents Esports Geo. And then we're looking around, making sure they're clear as everything's moving. Mezexis over here looking to continue their fight onto EXO Elites. As needs are coming out here from QX. QX gonna throw that one out. Baby Koi pushing on up to leader here. As well as Spar taking some shots there onto leader, getting him tagged up. Cat trying to hold up onto the top of on out towards Cat, but that's not going to connect. Spare going to be low on HP. Spare going to be right in front of Leader. Leader's going to get that knock there. Leader needs to be a little careful here. As Baby Koi going to get the knock there onto him. Shorty going to get knocked in return as well. But Baby Koi going to get knocked to the car. Explosion. Triggs looking to cook up a nade. Silents Esports looking to join on up onto this fight. Triggs is going to get knocked there immediately. Silents Esports now going to start their actions. QX going to be the last one alive here. As that's going to be Mezexis eliminated. Cat going to be the last one alive here for his team. Nades. More util coming on out from Silents Esports. Smokes. Cat looking to get the res up onto Baby Koi. As Rival 6 take out Bot. As Cat does get the red tag. It's going to get knocked there immediately from Cat with the S12. But they are aware of the other players moving around. Imperator going to get the knock there on the Cat. Cat moving on out. Baby Koi being the last one up for EXO. Has another team looking at third party. That's going to be Ice Evasion. Real Gunners Esports might be looking to do the same. Sexflix hopping on up here. Baby Koi trying to throw a nade on out there. Sexflix almost trying to get the knock there. Tequila helping him out, but Baby Koi not having it as Sentinels and Rival 6 getting into a fight there. Imperator jumping on off in the final eliminations. Rival 6 losing players there. Now just down to bringing down Sentinels, getting another elimination, taking the spraying the smokes down. Sauter behind the car there. It is smoking. About to blow up. Sauter going right back into the smoke. Gonna go back in behind the car. Geo does get eliminated. Smoke's going on out for empty. Sentinels just down to a duo. Sauter and Jit. Sauter trying to move on back. Sauter getting spotted there by empty. Tagged him on up. Sauter moving back. Spotted there, but empty not getting that elimination zone. Looking to move away from San Martin. Looking to favor up onto these hills, as you can see. But empty continuing on, taking these shots towards Sentinels right now. Now Sentinels looking to push on up here on to empty. He died to zone? Yeah, I thought so. I thought he died to play zone. Real Gunners Esports looking to get into a fight, but we're going to stay here on empty as he tags up Sauter with that nade. Sauter low on HP. Sauter trying to return a nade himself, but Sauter needs to be a little careful. Needs to heal up. Jit looking to move on up here as well. Another nade coming on out from empty. That one's going to tag Sauter and Jit up as well. Jit moving around zone, pushing it up onto the mirror. Divine throwing out another nade there as Jit and Sauter. Another nade coming on out. Empty switching on over to the shotgun, switching back to the M4. Does he not see the toes of Jit there? Sauter looking to push on up. Sauter low on HP. Sauter with the drop shot. Sauter is more than likely going to get knocked there to the play zone. Going to need revived there by Jit. Silents Esports here. The trio looking to move on up here now as they have the likes of Oxygen here on their backside. But Silents Esports looking to hold this concrete compound for now. Shall see on what happens. Sentinels going on out to the play zone. It is stage 5. It's going to be doing that damage. Ice Invasion down to just a duo now. Tequila and Luxury facing off against FOUR Kings Rain Esports. Things moving on out. Needs to be a little careful there. Luxury Fools. The last one being alive here for their teammate. Low on HP here. Things looking to move on out there. FOUR Kings Rain Esports doing some damage here. Luxury Fools need to be a little careful though. Avoiding the run over as going on out. Tagging them up. But that's going to be FOUR Kings Rain Esports taking them on out. Up to 7 eliminations. But they are just a trio. Real Gunners Esports, a duo, Nemo and Nyan. Trying to keep themselves alive. Trying to pick up some more points right now. But we shall see how it goes. As this trio holding this compound. They're aware of a team being behind them here. Hater. With a Car9 here. Looking to try to get a sniper here. Snipers being used. Imperator on the roof here, looting on up. Now I'm going to be seeing those smokes dissipating there. Nahan is possibly going to get spotted here by Imperator with the M4 4X. But I assume Nemo going to be looking to try to regroup with his teammates. Top 4 situation here with zone number 5. Going to be switching on up to zone 6. Nades going on out there as the double nade does connect. Dagus getting that nade off, but running through the smoke, getting spotted immediately somehow there. As Hater gonna start taking those shots. after losing his teammate as Dagus is trying to move on around. Needing to be careful here as Hater does have a K9. Dagus moving on out, but Hater gonna get that knock. And Broder gonna look to throw some more smokes on out here to try to go for the res. As Hater gonna be looking to be revived there as well by Myth. Broder gonna look to move on out to get the res here. They do have nades that they could possibly use as now they're gonna start taking some shots through the smoke. Not gonna connect on anything though. Are they gonna start using their nades here? Dagus immediately getting knocked there by Myth. And still connecting on out. Nades coming on out there as well. Dagus somehow getting spotted through those smokes, even though they haven't dissipated yet. By Myth. Not sure how they seeing him. Nemo taking out. And Broder throwing a nade out there as well. Gonna immediately throw it on up. Pre-nade in here. Trying to make it hard for these players to try and push on up here. And Broder pulling out the DBS. Hater unaware. Sets being knocked there. Hater versus Imperator, who is going to win it. Myth trying to hold off Hater. The other Hater being knocked already. Imperator going to throw a molly out right there next to these players. Imperator going to run into the molly immediately. Going to kill on up here. Going to pull the DBS right on out here. Gonna look for a knock onto one, but Myth gonna push on out with the M4. Now top 3. That's more than likely Oxygen gonna be eliminated. Ranchu, are you gonna look on out that way towards Myth, allowing Myth possibly get on in? As Myth is more than likely gonna go out to the play zone. Ranchu gonna spot him out there. Gonna hop out the car. Take those shots as now it is down to a 2v1. Real Gunners Esports versus Ranchu here. Real Gunners Esports have the man advantage, so I would be hoping to possibly see them win this fight. Unless they get 1v2, they do have the zone as well. So, if they don't win this fight, I mean, hey, I don't know how they throw the fight. But we shall see how this goes. Ranchu possibly just going to deny the point, possibly just die to play zone, but we shall see. They have 8 eliminations as a team for FOUR Kings Rain Esports. Ranchu with 3 of those, 5-9, and Real Gunners Esports here, 9 with 3, Nemo with 2. Shall see how this goes. Nothing happening here yet. Get more of an aerial view here. 5 seconds here for them to move. Shall see how this goes. Nemo over here on the ridge. As Ranchu now looking to make his way on in here. Nemo taking the M4 beaming Ranchu out the car there immediately. Now it's going to be Real Gunners Esports taking game number 2 here with 6 eliminations. FOUR Kings Rain Esports going out in second with 8. Oxygen going out in third there with 4. Silents Esports going out in fifth there with 6. Ice Evasion going out in fifth there with 4. Sentinels going out in sixth there with 7. Or 8 actually. I missed the one there from Sada. Rival 6 going out in 7th there with 8. And Immortals going out in 8th with 1. Almost said Inhumans. So now we're going to take a look at the rest of the results here before we take a look at stars of the match and get on to game number 3. Inhumans going to be the first team eliminated with 1 elimination to their name. So now take a look at stars of the match. Empty going all out, 5 eliminations. Jit with best companion and Nemo with the finisher. As that's going to be game number 2. They're done. We're going to head on over to game number 3 here. Headed on to Sanok as we are halfway done so far. So do stay tuned for the rest of the matches as we will be right back. Alrighty, guys, we're going to be getting into game number 3 here, as we're going to be getting into Sanon. As you've seen, game 1 went to Sentinels, game 2 there went to the likes of Rain Esports. So we shall see how game number 3 is going to go and who is going to be looking to take it for themselves. I think we are missing a couple teams. Wolves, Red Storm. Yeah, those two teams, entities here. I missed last game. We have some players not in the room for some teams. So yeah. Shall see here. Gotta check to see if extra time was given. I think we are getting extra time, plus people getting kicked from the room since they aren't in the right slot. Alrighty, now let's get into game number 3 here. Alright, let's get into game 3. Let's head on over to Wolves Esports, as they were game number 2 winners. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. Plane's gonna start on off over here at the northeast side, just right next to Magnai, going all the way down to the southwest side, past Shami and Nakam. So we shall see how this goes, how these teams gonna look to fight. So let's see how this goes, and might be getting some hot drops here, depending on some of these teams and players, how they're going to be looking to play this out. So yeah, let's see how game number 3 here goes. As by the looks of it, we have acquired a few teams here in boot camp. We have 4, 5 teams here looking to take Silents Esports, Entity, Rival 6, as well as Oxygen. All here looking to take a fight. Silents Esports already looking to make a push up here. Emperor with the UP and Vector. Path being knocked there. Gonna get knocked there as well. As that's gonna be No Mercy eliminated there as well. That's gonna be Entity getting that final elimination. Silents Esports going to take their focus onto Entity. Rival 6, Geo on the roof of the building, just being allowed to do so. As we do have another fight going on over here in Ruins. DeathMachines with the likes of Broken Spirits here. Walls is going to get knocked there by the nade, blowing up the gas can. Luffy here with the Omni gun in his hand. Gasman trying to push on up onto him. Trying to be careful. He's gonna knock there onto one. Look for a thirst immediately there as his teammates look to jump on out. He's gonna push on into double players there as Reaper down here trying to hold off. He has a DBS in hand. Luffy get out there. He gets one knock. Can he get another? As he's not going to do so, as he pushes down to GodKid. GodKid's going to be looking to make a push up here immediately with the DBS in hand. Going to get knocked one, but that's going to be Rajput with the S12 getting that final elimination. Rain Esports looking to make a push up here, trying to maybe get another angle here. Rival 6. Shoyoung tagged up, Needle up, Geo below half HP there. Silents Esports looking to take the fight with Entity Esports there. Hollow throwing the nade in onto them as well, but not going to get it on in. Bagadas needs to be careful of the nade coming from Hollow there. Hollow tagging him up there. Can he throw another nade on in to get him on out? Molly going to the backside, making where he can't move. Bagadas getting tagged up. Rival 6 looking to make a push up on the second place. Not having more util. Silents Esports trying to push on up here. Dias, DBS, and QBZ needs to be a little careful here as these players are going to possibly be moving up the fairway as Geo does get knocked there by Rain. Geo going to possibly lose 505. Imperator getting knocked there by Freedom from Rain. Sex looks getting knocked as well from 505. 5 going to get knocked there by Rain. Rain empty. Being the one of the last ones up. Showing as well. Wolves Esports taking out one of the players of Nice evasion. Taking another one out there. Shoyoung's going to be looking for the res here. Empty's going to be looking for res as well. Rain not being able to have angle. Psycho going to get a knock there onto Silence there. Silence just down to Soul, as that's going to be Daggers here. As Rival 6 getting full res up as well now. Gonna be looking to possibly make sure they clear out some rooms for this fight. Rain making their way into boot camp as well. As Oxygen trying to push on their way on. Nade being cooked here. Shoyoung gonna look to throw this nade onto Entity. Gets a knock there onto Psycho. Entity needing to be a little careful here. Molly's coming on out there as well. Don't know if Rival 6 has any more util here. They're looking to maybe jump through the windows. Need to be careful of Rain as well. That does get knocked there by Rain. DBS getting knocked there from Oxygen. Hater gonna get spotted there. Shoyoung's gonna get knocked from the backside. You gotta be more aware here. There's other teams throwing nades and stuff. Gotta be a little cautious Okay, there might be a team to the right side. Rival 6 losing a player, but Rain trying to push up on in from multiple angles. Freedom does get knocked there by Myth. 505 and Geo trying to push up onto Rain here, but Mercy moving on up to the second floor here. Empty gonna get knocked there by Mercy. Bamboos trying to push up on Geo here. 505 and Geo the last two. Mercy on the bottom here on the outskirts. Bamboos jumping on in here. Geo trying to keep his team alive. Mercy gonna get eliminated there, as that's gonna be Rain Esports wiped out. As now we still have Entity, Oxygen, and Rain. Not Rain, Rival 6. Oxygen losing another player just down to the Myth tagging up Flash. Myth trying to stay alive. Rival 6 gonna look to possibly come in third party of this fight, unaware that they are on the second floor here. They're going to push up from the other side to make their push up as they are tagging up onto Oxygen. Get a knock on one. Flash. Nexus going to steal that kill there. That's going to be Oxygen eliminated. Flash low on HP here. As that DPS not going to do the damage there. S12 versus S12, but that's going to be Rival 6 eliminated there by Entity. Entity up to 9 kills. 3 alive. They're going for their reset. Head on over here towards Sentinels. Taking a fight here with Exo. Sadara needing to heal up. Jit already pushed up on in here. Flow with 2 of their eliminations. Exo split up right now. So we shall see how this goes here. Nosh on top of the roof. Now just down to Baby Koi. Toast does get knocked and Thirst there immediately. Now they're looking to move on up on the roof. Jit here, M4 and S12. So we shall see how this is going to go. Baby Koi going to start getting pushed up on from the player from Sentinel. They do take out Baby Koi. That's going to be Jit with the S12 taking them out. Him and Flo getting 2 kills each off of that. Now we're down to top 9 here in Inhumans. In a fight right now. Or, not Inhumans. DeathMachines and Immortals in a fight. Immortals just down to get a knock on. Does get a knock, but not be able to get the third. As there is another team coming on up here. That's going to be Mezexis picking up that final elimination onto Immortals there. That's now Mezexis taking their way towards Fate there. As Fate driving around. Going to get a knock onto Shorty there. Triggs getting knocked there as well. Peeking over as your teammates knock. That's not something you want to do. Leader going to pick up a knock there himself. Now looking for Vampire. Tagging him up. Nades coming on out here. Fate taking a knock. Now looking for the resets here as Fate. Gonna get a knock there onto Shorty. Gonna get knocked there as well by Leader. They're gonna look for that reset once again. As there's a player off in the distance taking those shots. That's going to be Inhumans over here taking those shots. But Mezexis looking for the reset. Fate looking to do the same. The trio, Drake, Void, and Vampire here. Trying to keep themselves alive. As Mezexis is aware of Drake's position. Looking off towards that way. Drake is looking to do so. Drake going to get knocked there immediately. Fate now just down to a 0. Hop and Ender Murado. They're getting the knock there onto Vampire immediately. As now it is just down to Voids. QX is going to hop on the horse there. And move on over towards the way of Vampire. As they are in the center of zone. Looking for that thirst. Up to 3, possibly 4 here soon. After they get the thirst onto QX. That zone does pop up. Mezexis in the center of zone here right now. Paradise still in favor. Drake does bleed out there. Just 8 teams alive. This is just third game. We are only in zone number 3 here, as we do still have 6 more to go. So we shall see how this goes. Let's see how this continues to play out and how these teams are going to be looking to do, as there are still plenty of players alive for kills if they do need. As Sex is going to look to move on back towards Paradise Resort here. Majority of these other teams are playing on the edge of zone. So what are they going to be looking to do in the meantime? Everything is quiet here now. DeathMachine's holding their compound with 8 eliminations. They have Inhumans not too far away. FOUR Kings Esports on the edge over here just below Sentinels. Sentinels 4 alive, 4 eliminations in their bag right now. Sentinels might be looking to have another win, so we should see how that goes, as they took game number 1 with the hefty amount of kills. Not really good of a game for second one, but we shall see how this game goes for them, because this could solidify the first place spot for them. But we shall wait and see for sure and see what fully will happen here and who is going to be looking to take this game. 26 alive, 8 teams. Not a lot of people, but still plenty of kills to be picked up for these teams. Fate still have their solo up. Void here, just setting in the crevice of the rocks. FOUR Kings Rain Esports all the way down south here in their compound, as Humans not too far away, looking at them. Take shots at the buggy there, taking tires out. Entity also over here on the outskirts of Void. 9 elimination to their name. They did lose Psycho earlier on in boot camp. See where the zone does pop. Paradise still in that zone. Sentinels might be looking to make their way down to the compound just below them, since it is on edge of zone. DeathMachine's compound's on edge. Void still in the zone as well. There's a compound not too far away from either that is in zone. Sentinels making their way on in. Hearing those shots from Real Gunners Esports and trading on off. Real Gunners Esports going to be eliminated there. Sentinels, are they going to be looking to maybe push on out over that way to possibly pick up a couple eliminations onto Real Gunners Esports, or look to just hold this compound, possibly see if Real Gunners Esports look to push on in over here to take it? Not knowing, maybe there's a team here, but look to eliminate them if they try to push on in. Sadara in this building, as Real Gunners Esports looking to make their way on in. Sadara is the only one across this way. His teammates are looking to move on out. Real Gunners Esports are going to be aware of that. Wolf looking to make a push on down here towards Sadara. Wolf half HP. Sadara looking that way, as Real Gunners Esports might be looking to make a full send here. DeathMachines and FOUR Kings Rain Esports get into the spot here. Vodka Fuse gonna be knocked. Raju gonna get knocked there, as now it's just a 2v3. Filling out the S12, getting the knock on Ranchu there. Black right in front of them. They're gonna get that res onto one. Trading off shots here, not fully connected. As we get the last one alive here. It's gonna get pushed on out, as that's gonna be DeathMachine's fully eliminated there. FOUR Kings Rain Esports losing a player though. Not gonna be really fortunate for them. Real Gunners Esports looking to move on out. Spreading on out here, trying to get an angle onto Sentinels. Sadara looking to throw some nades on that way. Needs to be a little careful from these windows. Not taking shots. As Sadara looking to heal on Sadara. Or Nahin's going to get knocked there from 32 Nosh. As now Real Gunners Esports are quite split up. Wolf making his way on in. Getting behind a rock. Looking to take the tower here. Neversides and Nemo need to make their way in. Sadara going to get knocked there by Mezexis. This is going to be a little harder for Sentinels to get the res. But Jit going to get knocked there as well. Flo going to look for the thirst there onto Nahin. Mezexis taking two different fights. Getting knocked immediately. Entity looking to take a fight as well. FOUR Kings Rain Esports getting favored in the zone. Entity have to knock just down to Flash for their team. Are we going to see the likes of FOUR Kings Rain Esports look to play aggressive towards their way or just allow them to get the full reset? Don't know. By the looks of it, they are allowing them to get the full reset as now it's just down to Nexus being last one knocked. But Flash is already going to go for the reset there. Mezexis, 4-man, only 4-man alive as of right now since Jit is still knocked. Sadara going to get knocked there by Neverside. Neverside's going to get spotted there. Sadara knocked. Flo going to get knocked there by Leader as well. Now it's just down to 32 Nosh. Real Gunners Esports holding them off right now. Nosh going to look to boost on up. Neverside's looking to hold him off here as Nosh has some meds. Probably just going to look to heal on up to eat some of the zone. Neverside not peeking him just yet here as Neverside's trying to heal on up here himself. As Nosh looking to move on out. Nosh getting tagged on up there. Nosh needing to heal up. Not looking to do so. As that's going to be Nosh getting taken out. Giving himself up there. Instead of healing up. QX getting the knock onto Neverside. But getting tagged up. As Entity getting flashback up. FOUR Kings Rain Esports losing the player. Mezexis over here looking to pick up another knock there. Leader pushing on up here for his team. As QX here trying to hold off Real Gunners Esports. Going to get the thirst on to Neverside and Wolf. Now just down to Nemo. Mezexis with the entirety of zone. Only 4-man up right now. So we shall see how this goes. This should be their game. Up to 8 eliminations. There's six other players alive that they could possibly kill if they can do so. Leader moving on out. They have this hill. They could be looking towards Entity if they're aware of them. Leader gonna look to pop the tires on the UAZ there at FOUR Kings Rain Esports. Need to look to make their way out. QX looking to the side over here as Nemo's going to need to make their way out as well. QX aware of Nemo. Nemo's going to get taken out. FOUR Kings Rain Esports trying to make their way into the zone here. Shorty looking towards their way. Vodka, Fugi standing back up. Leader looking towards them. Taking shots. Vodka, Fugi going to be the last one alive as now it's just down to Mezexis versus Entity. But that's going to be Mezexis taking game number 3 with 13 eliminations. Entities staying alive long enough to get picked up second there. Picking up 10 eliminations themselves. FOUR Kings Rain Esports going out in third with 5. Real Gunners Esports going out in fourth with 9. Sentinels going out in fifth there with 5. Team Fate going out in 6th with 0. DeathMachine's going out in 7th there with 9 eliminations. Inhuman's going out in 8th there with 2 eliminations to their name. So now we're going to take a look at the rest of the results here now of this match. So we continue to go through teams here as SW Esports going to be the first team eliminated, 18th with 0 elimination. So now I'll take a look at stars of the match as we're going to see Leader going all out with 6 limbs. Best companion to Flash and Triggs with the finisher. That's going to be game number 3. We have one more match coming up here soon as we will be right back for that one. So do stay tuned for the last and final match. Yeah, we'll be right back. Alrighty, everybody, we're gonna be getting into the last game here, as it is gonna be Aaron Go once more. So let's see how this goes. As game 1 went to Sentinels, game 2 went Region East Royal Gunners Esports, game 3 going to Mezexis. So let's see who's gonna be looking to take game 4. So let's see game number 3, as it should be starting here soon. So let's see who's gonna end off the night with the win and just tonight and overall. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Now we are going to be starting game number. I almost said 3, but it's 4. I think I'm a little cooked right now, guys. Alrighty, let's see how this game goes as we're in this game of the night. So yeah, let's see how it does go. And best of luck to everybody in this last and final game, as we're going to head on over to Mezexis for winning that last game. Did I pass him? Oh, here there. I was about to say, did I pass him for a sec? But I did not pass him. Alright, now let's get to the lane here, as it does start down below Milta Power there, going all the way up to the north side. Passing by Shooter Range and Severny. Not really a good playing path that some of these teams probably want to probably get all the way down to that southwest side, or even to military without grabbing a car or whatnot. But we shall see here and how this last and final game is going to go for these teams. Let's see. Let's head on over here towards Rival 6, as they might be looking to take the fight once again with Astro Elite. Astos is getting tagged up there by 505 with the Bison. Doing a lot of damage there. 76 damage there, as you can see on the bottom there. Toast trying to stay alive. There are some gas cans there they could possibly up, as Toast does get blown up there by a gas can from Geo. Unless that crossbow, by the looks of it, was definitely a gas can. EXO losing a player there earlier on. Oxygen taking a fight here with Broken Spirits here. It's Kid over here by himself with Hater. Myth looking to push up. The rest of them are elsewhere. Alpha 4 Legends taking a fight as well with FOUR Kings Rain Esports. Thank you. Gonna be looking to get panned. Negust with that pan. Gonna get knocked there by things. Alpha 4 Legends trading on off their FOUR Kings Rain Esports. Losing another player. Sentinels picking up a knock on to SW Esports up here in Severny. SW Esports just down to No Mercy and Moomin. Not anyone you want alive. No Mercy immediately pulling a pin by the window, letting himself be shot. Moomin, as that's gonna be the likes of SW Esports eliminated, as I assume Moomin has a self-res, or actually Chopra is alive for their team. I don't really know where Chopper is, unless this is him in apartments. Yep, Chopra in apartments here, looking to hold the stairs with the AUG and a pump. Watching the stairways as Entity looking to move on up. Is he gonna get thirsty there? SW Esports just down to Chopper here. Chopra looking to cook up a need here. Gonna look to throw it on the stairway. Waiting for him to move on up here as he does speed up. Gonna throw it on out. Looking to maybe throw another need here as you're looking to push on up. He does tag him up there just a little bit. They are throwing some sticky bombs here. He's gonna pull out the pump. Get a double knock immediately. Can he get the 1-4? He gets 3. Now it's just down to Nexus. A pump versus a DBS. Who's gonna win it here? As Chopper's gonna throw a stun out, as Nexus is looking for that. But Chopra with the 1v4 there. On to the likes of Inhuman. As, hey, don't get much 1v4s on the stream here, as that is gonna be Chopra with the 1v4. EXO continuing on their fight with Rival 6, as 505 gets knocked there. Geo being eliminated already. Getting fired there by Shuyung tagging them up. Divine being off on the other side. Tiger looking for the res here onto Nova. Empty, throwing the nades right on top of them. Looking to throw another one to get the thirst, and then not Shoyoung push on up towards Cool. With the nade, as now it's just down to Empty. As that's gonna be Rival 6 eliminated there. Broken Spirits up as a trio, taking out 2 of Oxygen's here. Myth in the field with no vest or helmet. God Kid gonna be driving around here. Is he gonna spot Myth out? He is gonna actually possibly see him there. Maybe just stop in the building. I don't think he's seen him. 6, welcome to the stream. Lol, gonna turn towards Myth. Not him. Luffy's gonna get knocked there as well. As I'd say that's on God Kid not spotting Myth out in the open. I mean, he was right there in the open behind no cover. He drove straight towards him. God Kid with the AK just needs to tag Myth up just a little bit, as Myth doesn't have any helmet or vest, but God Kid don't have a helmet. As that's gonna be Myth with the 1v4. Head on over here towards Silents Esports, just down to Hollow left. Rain up as a duo as well. Needs Hollow looking to try to get another knock. Now, boys, gets a knock there now. That's going to be Rain eliminated there. Hollow, I think that might have been a 1v4. It is a 1v4 from Hollow on Rain, shooting the crates here. Now needs to heal up. There is a player from Real Gunners Esports here. That there is a duo actually from Real Gunner Esports here, but Wolf is the only one. Never sides off elsewhere. Hollow needing to heal up and go res his teammate. Fate taking a fight as well right now. Leads is not DeathMachine looking to try to get the res here. And I gonna get knocked, and Thirsty is just down to Lost Boy. Void's having a self-res, immediately getting knocked once again. As Fate gonna be down to just a solo, as that's gonna be Lost Boy taking them out. As that's gonna be DeathMachine's getting their reset, but the likes of Inhumans possibly aware of this fight, looking to maybe third party down to top 9 here already in just zone number 2. 27 alive, 9 teams in total. Pro is Pro looking to push on in here. Trying to get moving on out. Lost Boy on the stairs as well. Bro is Pro looking to cook up a nade himself here. Are they going to throw it on the stairs or throw it on out? Bro is Pro setting by the window. Going to look to throw a molly on in here. As they get a knock onto Rashput there. As they look to push on up. Taking a knock there, as well as getting a knock. As now it's just down to Lost Boy. Lost Boy, can he clutch on up? 3 eliminations here. As Strong, he's gonna spot 1. He gets the knock. Pro looks for the third, gets it, but gets traded in return. And Humans now just down to a trio zone. Still have a couple more minutes to go, but Mezexis over here might be looking to take a fight here with Ice Invasion. Triggs holding up a nade, looking to throw it onto Buzzball. Tequila's gonna spot him on out, but Buzzball does get knocked there. As now it is just down to Tequila and Luxury here. As the rest of Mezexis gonna be looking to shoot from long range. Tequila gonna get knocked. As now it's just down to Luxury. Nades coming on out, trading on, but Triggs getting nade off there onto Luxury. So that's going to be 3 eliminations heading on over towards Mezexis. Now down to top 7 here. FOUR Kings Rain Esports, just a duo. Oxygen, full squad. Well, not full squad, a duo as well. Inhuman Esports, a duo. As I think they took out Silents Esports, or don't. I think Silents Esports might have killed themselves or died to zone. Mezexis, full squad. Sentinels, full squad, and then EXO Elites over here as a trio. We only have 2 full squads, 2 trios. The rest are duos or solos, as Inhumans looking to push on up here towards Real Gunners Esports. So let's see how this is going to look to continue to go here, as we shall see what Humans look to do here. So they're gonna look to hop in their car, start pushing more on up here. Pixel getting close on up here, driving around, scouting it out. Are they aware that there's players here or not? Number sides and Wolf laying low for now. But we shall see. So let's see how this continues to go. Still 7 teams. As Inhumans looking to move on towards the likes of Oxygen here. Oxygen takes some shots towards him. 3-2, not much of a man advantage towards them. They only have 1 more player. Are they going to look to take this fight or move elsewhere? Mezexis driving around as well. Might be looking for the fights themselves for the elims. Shall we wait and see on how this goes? As Pixels looking to take the fight here towards Oxygen. But we shall wait and see here. Pixels Pixel gonna set in the shed. Bander going for a different angle here. Can he get the knock onto Endgame there? Does he not see him? Endgame gonna get spotted here by Pixel. Gonna get the knock there, as now they're gonna look to start pushing up onto this compound. Myth holding the 3 stack from the looks of it, looking to throw some smokes out, but Inhumans looking to make the crash here. Nova crashing onto the wall, gonna look to start cooking up a nade. Don't think they're aware of Myth not being in that 2 stack, as he is in the 3 stack here, as now they're gonna hear him moving around by the 3 stack. Do believe he is on the side of the building here, on the little roof. Gonna hop back inside. Nova gonna look to drive around. Myth gonna hop on the stairs. Molly gonna come on out. Myth gonna jump on the window, run into the Molly there, as he is gonna be burning to death, as Inhumans take out Oxygen there. As X taking a fight with FOUR Kings Rain Esports, being the last one alive, low on HP as well here, needing to go on up, low on HP. FOUR Kings Rain Esports cooking up a nade as well. Tiger gonna move on back to the stairs, gonna look to heal up, so we shall see how this does go. Trying to heal up with some meds, but only having bandages, but trying to avoid the nades as well. So I'll see how this goes. FOUR Kings giving him some time to heal up with some bandages. He does have boosters as well that are boosting him up just a little bit, as this 1v1 moves on. Needs to be careful as he's on the ledge there. He's gonna run into the bullets there. Does he not? Here FOUR Kings Rain Esports jumping off there. That's gonna be FOUR Kings Rain Esports eliminating Mezexis over here, looking to take a fight with Inhumans. Inhumans getting a knock on to Leader there. Leader gonna get ran over there immediately. Now just down to QX, Riggs, and Shorty. As Sentinels have the full circle in their hands right now, as nobody's in the zone. Everybody's just looking to fight as of right now. Mezexis now going to change their focus on just going to zone, as we're in the top 5 right now. 13 teams alive. Not teams, players. 5 teams alive, 13 players alive out of the 5 teams. Sentinels a full squad. Mezexis was a full squad until they lost Leaders, and Humans a trio. Rogunners Esports a duo, and then FOUR Kings Rain Esports just a solo. But Sentinels holding their spot in the zone. Mezexis making their way into a mansion area as zone is closing on in. It is only stage number 3 here, so we shall see how the rest of this goes. Making their way into mansion area as well. Are they going to look to push on in that way or move into center zone? Sentinels over here spread out all the way over here. I think Sadara might be drifting along over here. We're going to set on him for now, as he's just drifting around. 32 Nosh, slow, Jit 44, Sadara. Not sure who Nosh is. Might just be Nosh, I don't know. But if I'm not wrong, I think Cloudy is also on this team. Things moving on up around here. Sentinels might be looking to chase him down here, as it is just a solo for FOUR Kings Rain Esports. As things just stops into the compound to solo. The rest of Sentinels going to be looking to join up over here. Sadara losing a back tire there now, as Nosh moving on up on the ridge over here. But are they going to look to crash? Flo's going to look to come pick up his teammate possibly, as Real Gunners Esports looking to join on in. Flow looking to make a crash here. As Rain Esports going to be eliminated there. Real Gunners Esports stopping on the bridge. Real Gunners It does get knocked there, but more than likely going to be able to get saved. But they have to be careful of Mezexis as well on the hill. Smoke coming on out. Nosh on the hill here as well. Going to spot Shorty there. Going to get some shots, tagging him on up, getting an open and knock there on Mezexis, but they're getting the revive onto Jit right now. Nosh is going to hop back into his buggy, moving around. As Sadara is going to look to come on over with Nosh to help him out. As they're going to be looking to make a push on up here. Shorty being knocked, Tricks behind the buggy. Shorty going to get ran over. Nosh getting the knock there. As now, the Mezexis are just down to QX here. QX driving around. Sadara hilling on up behind him. Might look to possibly seat swap him as he's trying to stay on alive here. Sadara jumping on out, tagging QX there. QX gonna look to move on up. Molly coming on out there. Util coming on out from float as well. QX in the backside. Nade coming on in towards his way. That's gonna be Sadara with it. As that's gonna be 7 eliminations so far here for Sentinels. Sentinels looking towards the way of Real Gunners Esports now. Or should I say Nosh is looking towards Real Gunners Esports. As they might be looking to take this fight onto their way. But we shall wait and see on how this goes. If they're going to be looking to do so and they're looking to move on up towards Sentinels here. Nova going to get knocked there by Wolf from the likes of Inhumans. Real Gunners Esports looking to hold off Inhumans. Wolf here needing to heal up right now, as he's going to be looking to push on up after getting that knock. Maybe look for the thirst. But Pixel in the backside. Wolf needing to be a little careful there. Need to be careful as well as Sentinels are looking for angles here. Flow going to stop behind the shed. Gonna look for Pixel here. Pixel moving out in the open. That's gonna be the likes of Inhumans eliminated. 10 elimination in for a Sentinels. Real Gunners Esports just a duo. Jit getting pushed up on here right now by one player. Neversides moving around here. Jit pulling out the S12. Gonna look to pull his M4 back out. They might look to crash onto Wolf, but looking to chase down Neverside getting tagged up here by Nosh. Nosh might get the connect there, or that's going to be Flow, as now they're possibly going to look to full send Wolf here soon. As Wolf is the last one. 7 eliminations to Nosh. Nosh, 2 to Flow, 2 to Sadara, 0 to Jit. But Flow looking to full send Wolf. I thought, but Sadara actually looking to full send Wolf right now. Hopping out the top, pulling out the UMP. Now Sadara gets the final elimination. As that is going to be the likes of Sentinels taking game number 2, as they did with game number 1. As that's going to be the last game there. As that's going to be Sentinels taking their second win of the night with 12 eliminations. King, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Real Gunners Esports going on in second with 0 eliminations. Inhumans going out in third there with 6. Mezexis going out in fourth there with 3. FOUR Kings Rain Esports going out in fifth with 7. EXO Leads going out in sixth there with 5. Oxygen going out in seventh with 4. Ice Evasion going out in 8th with 0 eliminations to their name. DeathMachine's going out in 9th with 5. Oh, that's top 9. So now we're going to take a look at the rest of the results here. I'm going to assume Sentinels win overall with their 2 wins, as well as maybe picking up some points earlier on with the other games. I'm not sure, but on how much points they got in those middle 2 games. As first team eliminated is going to be Alpha 4 Legends with 2 eliminations to their name. 32 Nosh going all out with 7 eliminations. Lost Boy with Best Companion, and then Sadara with the finisher there, as that's going to be the last game of the night. Appreciate you guys stopping by the stream. Appreciate Spirit for letting me stream. I should be streaming casually for Spirit and all the other servers. So yeah, do stay tuned for next week. I will be streaming Spirit again unless something comes up. But with that being said, appreciate you guys stopping by the stream and take care.